Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Joy of Money.
Yes.
And a lot of joyful, happy ladies here talking about money.
Yeah, I love the energy that we have. It's so much joy and space and yumminess that I don't have words to describe it, but it's so yummy and our bodies are so relaxed and so awesome.
Wow, it's so funny when we talk about money and the joy of it, because there was a time that I wouldn't talk about money. Like people around me would talk about money, and I was like, I would leave the conversation. I would have a reason to get up and leave because I hated it. It made me so uncomfortable, and it's so funny how much that's changed.
And was there a specific thing, Melissa, that changed that, or what contributed to that?
Gosh, I guess it was like so much of access, but it's funny we're talking about this getting out of that joyfully class, and I think reading that book had a lot to do with it. And the Become Money Work, which is
hang on.
Where's the wait?
Okay.
Ooh. Is there
having a really weird echo?
Okay.
Okay, it's gone.
Oh, she's coming back.
Talking about money, and then she's hiding.
She'll be back.
Yeah.
But now I'm having an echo as well.
But we still have an echo.
Everybody has to hear the message twice.
Yes. It's so weird to hear myself talking.
Whoa, it's like spacey. There she is. It's not you, Melissa. It's everybody.
It's the money joy
now.
I wonder who else is joining this money conversation. Well, maybe we can just be joy and money.
And not say anything.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
The silence of money.
Here comes Marquetta.
Hi. Welcome to the Joy of Money and Echo.
Hi.
Oh my god.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god, I'm so hot right now.
Streamlet is asking me if we're having issues. Yes.
It's called too much fun and joy with money.
Oh, well, now it's gone.
Is it better?
No. Oh, wow.
I love it. Yeah, it never shows up the way we think it will, right?
Right?
No.
So, what if everybody mutes and just the one person talking is just, the one who wants to say something raises the head and then is the only one unmuting? Should we try that?
Let's all mute except Eva.
Okay, so oh my god, we don't have an echo. That is awesome. Great. There we go. So sorry, people, for the 4 minutes delay on all our brightest ideas about money and the joy with money, and dealing with our echo stuff. Wow. Melissa was just saying that she's always been leaving the conversation in earlier years when people were talking about money. So, Melissa, would you like to still say something about it? And I mute myself.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. God, I hated it. I remember my husband used to sit and talk with like other friends, and I would have to like get up and leave. It was just, it made my being like, I don't know, like skin crawl. Like I just like hated it. And I don't know, it's so interesting now because since I started doing Access and the tools of Access have changed so much. It's so funny. This is probably TMI, but whatever. I was in a conversation with my husband about money the other day, and I wasn't wearing a bra, and he's like, "Your nipples are hard. Are you turned on?"
Ladies, sorry, I have to say something. Sorry, I have to say something, and it might be connected to this conversation because I have just 2% of batteries, and I'm asking, what am I avoiding? So how does it get any better than that? And I was ready like 1 hour before for this conversation, and I realized that we have like another time, and that I can calculated it like differently. And now I have like 1% of battery, so I might be like leaving. So how does it get better than that?
What do
It's
you
so
love
funny with
about
your
money? What do you love about money? Marketa, what do you love about money with your 1% left? Come on. Nothing? Apparently.
She can hear us.
It's just 0% now.
Hey, I think the echo stopped.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yes.
Like there's a few of us unmuted.
Awesome. So Melissa.
Anyways, the rest of that story is he's like, I was like, we're talking about money. Of course I'm turned on. And he was like, I remember a very different girl who used to hate talking about money. And he's like, and now you're turned on talking about money. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. So I thought it was funny.
I love that.
Wow, how much has changed. And the tools of Access have just all the money tools of Access have created like so much joy with money. And I cannot freaking wait for this class. Like I just, all the debt stuff, but it's like, Heather's talked about it and been like, yeah, it's a class on getting out of debt, but it's like a money class. Like whether you're in debt or not, it's really a class about like getting out of like all of your like negative money mindset stuff that's keeping you stuck, whether it's debt or like just being like indebted to this reality and people and all the things you keep yourself. I don't know. I have this image.
Can I just drop in here because you said this reality? Because I'm just becoming more and more aware of and speaking about it before kind of soaring above this reality that I've always loved money. Always loved money. I just totally tuned into the reality that I've been growing up with, or probably more my mom's money reality. There was never enough money. So when we had some, we always sort of ran out of it, and there was never enough money. So always this lack of money, and that's what I saw. That's what I've learned, and that's what I thought. Okay, this is real, and I'm so grateful for Access because just of the simple question, what is my reality? And then really tuning into the energy of that and knowing that there is never lack because there is abundance friggin' everywhere. And to honestly, and to just be standing somewhere and saying, oh, I love money. I like to have a lot of money and I really, really love it. And I so enjoy it. And can I have more, please? And probably now and in the next second and in the next second, and not be ashamed about it. Like, you shouldn't say that you like money or hide it or something like that. All this crazy bullshit we see in this reality. So what is our reality with money?
Yeah, and that hiding from money, hiding money. It was so present in my life, like in my family where I grew up. And like every time people were talking about money, it was like a secret, really secret conversation. Not talk about that out loud, not talk about money in public. And I remember one day, like some of my relatives were talking about money and stuff, and they said a number, like I'm not sure, $20,000 or something like that. And at the exact that moment, I was like opening the door to go outside, and I just repeated that. Like I was like, "Oh, $20,000," and like my voice echoed outside, and they were like, "Oh, shut up! You don't have to talk about that. Shut up! You never do that." And blah blah blah. And oh my god, I started hiding and stopping myself about money and stopping talking about money, and I thought I was wrong, and it was like not that big of a deal. So yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and this is such a, I guess money is such a huge topic for many, right? Like, I love what you said, Eva, about having it as your capacity in a way as well. Like, when I look at my life, like, I always thought that money was this thing that I wasn't good at. And like, and then I followed some courses and I did some law of attraction work and it changed a lot, but it didn't change everything, and still there's always more and of totally, but I mean, like, it did something, but it was always this thing that I still had to work on. And I guess I wonder, like, how many of us have that, have do like how many of us actually have the money reality that we could have. And then this question of like, what, yeah, exactly, and then this question of what is my money reality. And for me, and it's been a while actually since I've asked it, so that's awesome. Like, what would it take? Well, what will it create if I ask it again? It's like, what do I know about money? What is my capacity with money? And then sometimes, like, this whole thing that we carry with us for years that we try to change disappears because it was never ours, so we couldn't change it. We just had to ask for what is our reality with it. Wow.
And
And
about
then
asking.
also for me, I mean, I would love to hear everybody's responses. But this question that I posted earlier this afternoon, have you been told that you can't have everything? I mean, wow. That to me was just like such an eye opener. It's like, how many times have we been told as kids, and definitely even as adults, you're not allowed to have everything? It's like such a story. So yes, whose money story are we living?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And then also, Melissa, what you said, like the energy that Heather spoke to, because for if you are watching us right now or later, we are also talking about the Getting Out of Debt Joyfully class that Heather is starting next Monday, this Monday actually, Monday Monday till Thursday in the evening if you live in Europe at least. And that whole energy of like, yeah, what you just spoke about, Melissa, like the title said, getting out of debt, and how often do we go to like financial debt? And yeah, how many people have a financial debt, but also like in what, who or what are you in debt to? Like this whole thing that Heather talked to you about, that you talked to Heather about, of like when someone gives you a gift and you are like, oh, but now I have to give something back, or oh, she gave me more than I gave her, so it has to be equal. This whole thing, and even beyond that. And that's what I'm so curious about, because I get that a lot of this class is energetics, and I can so tell where it is going, and that is just one tiny bit of it. So I'm so curious to see like where it will go, and what that will change.
What was your question again, Lilani, with your that you posted before?
Have you been told that you can't have everything?
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, be happy with what you have, or be satisfied
Yes.
with what you have. You can't always ask for more.
Yes. We've got a saying that goes, and I don't know if it's like something for
Like
around the
asking-
world or whatever. It goes like, you can't have bread, butter, and jam.
Wow.
So you must only choose between bread or butter or jam, or your bread can't be buttered. Also, both sides. So that's what
Wow.
we grew up with. So it's
Wow.
like when I read this question, I heard it's been said, to me over and over again as a child. You can't have bread, butter, and jam. It's like, of course I can. Can't I just buy the best bread as well? With the top of the range jam and butter? Of course I can have everything now,
Yeah.
and more and more and more.
I love
That's
that. And more and more.
And that's only for the king and the queen and the people who are living in the palace, but not for us.
And I just have my mom's voice or I see this situation like right in front of me as if it would have happened yesterday. It's been like I was about 20 and I started studying medicine, and I've been about half a year in and was so excited about it. Everything was so exuberant and I loved it so much. And I remember my grandpa driving, my mom sitting next to him, and I'm sitting on the back seat and saying, "Oh my God, I have so much joy about this university thing that I'm doing." And she was just turning around and saying, "You can't be joyful about everything." And I was just like sitting there, and going, "Okay, I totally bought the shit she said this moment. Like, you can't be joyful about everything, or you can't have joy for everything or about everything." And I just started to apply this to my life. So I then created things that were not so joyful for me, because I cannot have joy all the time. And I just remember that this was sticking me for a long time, until I just noticed, okay, I just bought something that my mom said, and now I'm going, okay, fuck it. I can be joyful about everything if I choose to.
Wow, that's incredible. I love that. That you can't be joyful about everything. Why the fuck not? Why can't we be joyful about absolutely everything? All the things that we've told that or been told, by whomever, that you can't have joy about money and debt. That's a heavy topic that nobody talks about. You can't have joy with that. That's amazing.
Yes. It's almost like, what? That's not that and joy. Like, what do you mean?
It's serious business. It's serious. You have to be
Serious.
serious and feeling guilty.
Yes.
You can have joy.
Something you have to change, and it is a problem, and you have to get out of, and you have to be ashamed for whatever.
Yeah.
Wow.
And also the
Wow.
creation of money. You can't have joy creating money. You have to work hard and suffer and pray for the money to be enough. But they will never be enough.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
what if
and
we
ladies,
actually go?
yeah, and what I love is like watch kids playing with money. They don't have like any concept of money, and they have such ease with money. And just like adults seeing like little kids playing with money, they give them more money. It's like, here we go, like have more, and play with more. So like they're really like playing with money, having fun because they love money, and they are getting more just by being themselves, because there is like other adults coming and saying, "Hey, take this money." And I'm like, what?
Thank you, Marketa, for that. I'm gonna play more
Yes.
with money actually. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for
I love
bringing that
it.
energy in. Like, what would it create if we would all be more childlike with money? Like that curiosity and that wonder and just that no significance at all with it. I
And no
love that.
scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah, it
always
doesn't
there.
even exist. Yeah.
How much we are choosing the debt, the energy of debt when we go into the scarcity mindset. Like, okay, if like there is that amount of money in the world, there is no more, there will be no more. So I have to struggle with that. And this is like, yeah.
And
Wow.
also how often we limit where money can come from. Like money can only come from like work. Because I'm doing this,
Mm-hmm.
therefore I get money. And
Yeah.
I love this clearing of about exchanging time for money.
Yeah.
And so we totally sort of block all the ways off where money could also like come from, not just
Yeah.
from your business or if you have a job or what you're creating, but to let money come in from everywhere.
Yeah, and this is something I still like have to be present with a lot of the times because what you just spoke about, Eva, I noticed that sometimes I still go into the calculation of like, oh, I'm offering this and this and this and this, so the money can come from this and this and this and this,
Mhm.
which is not my reality actually. But so thank you for that because it reminds me of, oh yeah, keep asking for whoop, because when we actually be money, it's like everywhere. Yeah.
And also, I love
Nice.
that Heather in a class. I can't remember which one. I think it was Business Done Different, but maybe not that. She, someone asked, like, "Hey, I do this thing, and this lady asked me to do this for her, and I'm wondering what price should I put for that?" And Heather was like, "Hey, what if you ask the lady, hey, how much would be fun for you to pay me?" And like how much that opened up her world. I was like, oh my God, I love that. And I like a few days or like at some point I remember that and I used that. I was like, oh, how much would you like to pay me? And it was so much more ease for me because I didn't go into, oh, this is the correct price, but maybe that will be the correct price. So I will have to put that amount of work because this is the price and blah, blah, blah. And all of that computation, I was like, okay, I'm not choosing that. What else is possible?
Wow, that's a
I
whole
lo- I
different
love
way of
it.
approaching it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Anna Maria, for that because it's like out of this reality, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
And like this conversation also about debt, like, and also when I spoke about kids, they don't get what is debt. They don't get it. Like they don't. And we had a story here because we went for shopping. Like we were like happy to have opened the shopping mall, so we went shopping. And Nella, my 4.5, almost 5 years daughter, she's like creating money. She's giving me bars or like something, whatever. And she had like 15 euros, 15 euros. And she went to a shop. She knew exactly what shoes and what dress she wants, like almost immediately. And it was a beautiful combination. But she was missing 5 euros. And I was like, hey, honey, like, you don't have like this money to buy it. And you need like 5 more euros. Yeah. So it means like one bar session or something like that. So and she was like, well, I really want it. I was like, okay, but then you need to give me bars or something. And she was like, yes, of course, mom, everything you want. And we bought it. I bought her like something more, of course, that she didn't need to pay me. And then I was like, honey, you remember those 5 euros? And she was like, yes, okay. But she's like, what is that? Like, okay. But like, she didn't get it. Like, she didn't get the debt. Like, she didn't get at all, like it's paid. No? So that's it. Next.
Wow.
So thank you for this conversation because like now I realize that she didn't get that even exist.
I'm so grateful for you bringing this energy like again and again, because like every time I'm like, oh yeah, I'm receiving a little bit of it and I want to have more of it. That's so awesome. That energy. What would it, yeah, what would it create if we would insert that way more? And it is actually way more congruent with our us as a being, right? This whole energy. Wow.
And
Yay.
also the question of what's next, like, or this energy of, okay, cool, it's paid, what's next? So how much do we actually, or, if you have a day-to-day job, you get your money. I mean, in Austria here, you always get it, everything at the end of the month. So you get paid monthly. So how much do you actually think nothing can come in because you just got your paycheck on the 1st or
Yes.
something, or 31st. So all the rest of the month, you have to sort of be able to get along with the amount you just got. But to me, it's been like some time ago, I was just, oh, yes, of course. And there are 30 days of the month left. So what the fuck?
Wow.
So what
Yeah.
if money could just come in every day, all the time, like, every minute, and just because of our projections we have and expectations we have,
Yeah.
it can't, because no, it only comes on the 1st or
Yeah.
whatever we've set up.
And also, Erichka, thank
Yeah.
you so much. And it's coming like also lack of trust, like in ourselves, that there is always money and we will always create money. So wow. And also like this conversation, ladies, is opening so much for me, and I can't wait to the class, like truly. This is like right on time. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm so wow to see where we will go with this. Wow. There's so many energies. Yeah. So we're starting Monday. Yay. That's very soon, actually. Today is Friday. Yeah. So in 3 days. And yeah. Yay. Looking forward to it. And if you'd like to join us, that would be fun.
And also there is this like energy coming to me when you were, Evichka, talking about like just getting money from one month to another one, and then
Yeah.
you are like, yes, I managed next month. It's like, so,
Mhm.
And like recently I heard a question like, what would it create if like conscious people choose to be millionaires, billionaires?
Yeah.
Like, what would be the future of this planet if conscious people just choose to be like really rich? And for
Yeah.
me, this was like, oh my God, I have goosebumps when I say that. And like how much I still function from one month to another one to manage instead of choose like a lot, like much more.
Yeah.
And this huge creation where actually we were born for. That's why we are here. And
Yeah.
just we believe that
Yeah.
we are not and that we should be happy with what we have. So it's exactly
Yeah.
that.
And
Yeah.
what
And
if
this
we
is
could
what also, oh,
just be, I just quick, Brigitte, what if we could just, with our creations or everything that we have in mind or everything that we perceive and create, what if we just not only look from month to month or probably 2 months, 3 months, but go out like 6 months, a year in advance, 2 years in advance, 5 years in advance? What will this create if I create this, or if I choose this? What will this create for the next 100 years, for example?
yeah.
Just go far, far further out with this, and not just month by month, but day by day.
Yeah, that's such an awesome energy. And that is also something I've been playing with, like the evolution of things. Like when I ask for the like for that energy that you just spoke to, for the earth in 5,000 years, for instance, like what are the choices that I then make? And then so many things drop. They're not significant at all anymore. Like sometimes I can have this like day-to-day focus, which is weird. And then if I expand out and I tap into the energy of where I want the future to go, and then I make totally different choices. And what also came up when you and Marketa were talking was like about that being a millionaire is like, where are we actually being a millionaire? Because for me, it's more, it's like, in a way, we are everything already. It's not something we have to become, which creates this loop because you never get there. But it's more of this space of being it, and from there, what actions do you take? And that is, yeah, that's different. It's almost like the other way around, not choosing something to having to become rich, but more like I am rich. And from that knowing, now what do I choose? Wow.
Wow, thank you so much.
I love
What you
it.
just said. Yeah, what you just said, like I heard someone else saying something similar a few days ago. And it's like, wow, yes, what if you already are that? And if you acknowledge you can actually actualize it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the steps you take come from inspiration and not from lack, not from I have to do something to get there, but from I am it already, and now what can I choose? That's so different. I'm
The
gonna
Red
play with that.
Riches book or the Money is the Problem, Your book, they write in there like, be the energy of the future you are asking for right now.
Mhm.
Oh. Oh. I love that. Wow, thank you for that. And yeah, and the How to Become Money workbook, they talk a lot about the like be $10 million, like not, you know, what's like to have $10 million as though it's something outside of you, but you are it, you be it. And now, I love what you said as like being, you know, $1 million, $10 million, $100 million, $1 billion, you know, like what is that to be that energy and to know that everything is available because you already
Yeah.
are. Wow, so cool.
Thank you, ladies.
I love you,
so
ladies.
much.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Wow.
Yay.
My
So,
world has just exploded.
Mhm. And I just realized when I wasn't willing to actually be the energy of money, and I was like, okay, when I will have that amount of money, I will be that energy of money. I was constantly chasing money. I was like running for money, and money was running away. I was like, what's going on?
leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Yeah, instead of, hey, I can be it now, and I have different choices.
So, someone has something to wrap it up? Anything
Yeah,
else?
don't come to the class. Don't
No.
come.
And if you think you like, it's the title, Getting Out of Debt Joyfully, and if you have debt and you're running away from it, not wanting to look at it, or even if you don't have debt, you are running away from this class. What if you stop running away and choose joy with money? Because it's not
Run
just about,
towards.
yeah.
Ladies, that's what I did today. I ran away and then I chose to come back to this conversation. So thank you so much. And
Yes.
Melissa, it was so funny where you started just with my 2%, you know? It was so funny. Thank you for that. Nothing is just by the chance. I know.
Oh, Marketa, she actually spoke about hard nipples. So I'm wondering how
Yep.
much fun you can have tonight.
You missed the nipples. You have to listen
I think
back
I
to the
will.
nipples.
Yes,
Oh my
I
God,
will.
amazing. Oh,
Wow.
I'm so grateful. Thank you guys for this conversation.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you so much.
Thank
And
you.
have
Thank
all way
you.
too much money and so much fun with it.
Yay.
Yes.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Doei.
Thank you so much.